So, guys, the leader of Build One South Africa, Dr. Maimane, is facing a lot of backlash for the statement that he made about Operation Dudula. And, guys, you remember a couple of days ago, our so called president had the audacity to stand in front of the nation and ask South Africans, why do clinics run out of medication? And I think the reason why South Africans were so pissed off is because South Africans know that Ramaphosa knows the ANC is the one that has opened the borders. And now the entire Africa is coming to South Africa to collect their medication. The entire Africa is coming here to collect their own medication. And as a result of that, South Africans are suffering. People are dying because they cannot be assisted. The clinics and the hospitals, they don't have enough resources because these people are flooding the clinics and the hospitals. This is what is happening. And I cannot believe that the president had the audacity to ask such questions. And you look at the work that Operation Dula and March have been doing. These people are brave men. These people have been active on the ground, stopping illegal immigrants from accessing healthcare in this country. And the fact that these people are selling this medication, it is unfair on South African taxpayers. It is not fair for you to expect South African taxpayers to pay for the healthcare, for the security and the shelter of illegal immigrants, the people that have already committed a crime by simply stepping into this country. If you get into this country illegally, you have committed a crime already. You are a criminal. But somehow, no. Maimane now is in the government. He's enjoying the blue lights and all the perks there in parliament. And now Maimane is telling South Africans that, no, guys, what Operation Dudula is doing is wrong. What Operation Dudula is doing is wrong, and the people are not having it. And the people are not having it. I think somehow Maimane believes that the government has the solutions for these things that South Africans have been complaining about throughout the years. And this is the same Maimane who said to South Africans that I will not vote for the VAT hikes. Build One South Africa will not vote for the VAT hikes. But it only took one meeting with the ANC for Maimane to come back and say that, yes, we will vote for the VAT hikes, but in 30 days, the Minister of Finance will come back with a revised budget. And South Africans told him and his friend, Hemini Mashaba, we told them that, guys, this is nonsense. It is impossible for you to pass a budget and in 30 days to come back with a revised budget. It is impossible, but somehow, Maimane and Hemini Mashaba, they kept on with this lie. So now, Operation Dudula is doing the Lord's work on the ground. And Maimane is pissed off with that. And we know that the government is pissed off with that because some of the members of Operation Dudula, they have been arrested. But the same government is not arresting the people that are coming into this country illegally. They are failing to arrest or do something about the people that are in this country illegally. But somehow, if South Africans dare say anything, if South Africans dare do something, then the government is ready to arrest you. The useless South African Human Rights Commission has called for the members of Operation Dudula to be arrested. And I think this is the reason why in the past couple of weeks, we've seen members of Operation Dudula being arrested because the South African Human Rights Commission and these NGOs that God knows where they come from, they have been calling for South Africans to be arrested for simply saying that we don't want to fund these people that are coming into this country illegally. We are sick and tired of providing shelter for these people. And when these people commit crimes, we still have to feed them in jail because right now, the statistics have come out. A lot of prisoners right now in South Africa are illegal foreigners. They're illegal foreigners. But somehow, this is what Maimane says. I don't understand, man. What happens with the people when they get in governance? What happens? It seems like something happens when people get in governance. I don't understand.
I think the issue of immigration is an international and a global issue.
I hate when they start doing. I hate that. I hate that because now we have to look into our affairs in the context of it's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere, and this is the same reason I was very critical of Ramaphosa and his people when they went to Washington to say that, no, guys, it is not only white people that are being murdered in South Africa, also black people are being murdered in South Africa. So what is the point are you guys trying to prove? What is the point that you are trying to prove? Oh, white people are being killed, black people are also being killed, so it's fine. Because this is what Maimane is basically insinuating here, to say that no, it is not only our problem, it is the problem that is facing the whole world. So I guess South Africans have to be fine with the fact that people are getting into this country illegally, they are committing crimes, and we are paying for everything. We have to be fine with that because this is something that happens throughout the world. I hate it when they do that. I hate it when politicians do that because it is not proving anything. You remember that lady in the White House when she said that, no, man, you know, the people in the rural areas, our grandmothers in the rural areas, they are being slaughtered, man. Sometimes we find these people with their throats being slit. What is the point that lady was trying to make in White House? That black people are being killed? You are proving the point of people that went to Washington to complain about the killings that are happening in this country. This is what you are proving. But somehow they thought that they were discrediting what the Afrikaners that went to the United States to say. They think they were discrediting them. But they don't see that they were actually proving their point that there is a killing problem in South Africa. There is a killing problem. There's a killing problem. So now Maimane is starting his statement by telling us that no, this thing is a global problem. It is a global problem. Nonsense, man.
I think the issue of immigration is an international and a global issue. Now you can respond to it in one of two ways. You can say, how do you integrate citizens who come from other countries, give them legal status, make sure they learn what needs to happen in the country? Because if I want to go live in Germany, I must learn German. I must learn German laws. I must operate the German way. So a dialogue gives us an opportunity to say, what is that way? What is the South African way? But what Dudula is doing is, frankly, in my view,
I mean, like, Maimane is so naive to the problems of average South Africans. He thinks that you can actually teach these people about what needs to happen in this country. The reason why, when you go to Germany and you feel the need to learn German, is because you go to Germany and enter the country properly. You don't jump the borders and get into Germany. So why does Maimane think that we can teach the people that have decided to jump the borders instead of getting into the country properly about the values of this country? It is impossible for us to teach these people about the values of South Africans because they have already disrespected this country by getting into it illegally. The reason why, if now I travel to Japan, I will learn 1 or 2 or 3 words of Japanese, is because I will enter Japan through the right port of entry. I will apply, I will get my papers. And when I'm in Japan, I will be happy greeting people in Japanese because I know I have not violated the country. But why does Maimane think that this country, we should teach the people that are jumping the borders and getting into this country illegally about the values of this country? How?
bordering on racism. Because it is going out, identifying people illegally. How does it, what power does Dudula have to verify papers of immigrants? It doesn't. So it goes out, it prescribes who is an immigrant, who's not, and then at the end of the day uses that to scapegoat citizens who come from other countries for government failures. What we should be doing coming out of this is to say, in dealing with the question of immigration, how do we integrate? But more crucially, let us stop ourselves in places where you can have communities that become exclusively about nationalities. You don't want little Lagos, or you don't want little Malawi, yeah, or what.
I mean, Maimane, we already have our little Lagoses in this country. Wake up, please wake up. Please wake up. We already have our little Lagoses. You can go to every city in this country, you'll find a little Lagos somewhere. It's already here.
Whatever. You want integration. That's my view on immigration. Because then you can share knowledge and you can be part of this beautiful African continent. The same Dudula would never do that to American citizens, to Russian citizens, to any Asian citizens. They do it to fellow Africans. Why? Immigration is immigration, whether black, white, Indian, or colored. We must deal with immigration. But let's not be selective about picking where you want to pick and choose. Because At the end of the day, if they finish with the immigrants, they are going to come after Tswanas, Zulus, Xhosas, and then we will all as a society be fragmented into federalism of our own tribes.
I mean, like, Maimane. Okay, guys, so let's, even if we have to sit down and look at the numbers, how many Asians are in this country committing crimes? Because we have to compare. We have to compare because the anger of South Africans, it has to come from somewhere. We have to compare. We have to compare. And Maimane now is ending his monologue by gaslighting South Africans to say that once they are done with these illegal immigrants, they will now come to the Tswanas, Xhosas, and whatever. It is completely gaslight. And if you were wondering about these people that Maimane is defending, these are people that Maimane is defending. These are people that Maimane thinks they can be integrated into our society. These are the people.
The bottom line is laziness. People are lazy. People don't want to work. Simple.
The bottom line is laziness. People are lazy. The people do not want to work. This is what they say about South Africans. South Africans are lazy. They don't want to work. These are the people that do not even have the papers to be here. South Africans are lazy. They are lazy to work. And where do these people actually get this audacity to be in front of cameras and insult the South Africans in their own country? If these people were such hard workers, why didn't they work so hard to make sure that their own countries prosper? They are telling South Africans that South Africans are lazy. They even have the audacity to be in camera to expose their faces while they are insulting South Africans. And these are the people that Maimane is defending. These are the people that Maimane thinks should be integrated into our society.
The bottom line is laziness. People are lazy. People don't want to work. Simple as that.
As a foreigner, when I come to this country and I read what is going on here, and I see this is free to get a certificate and get a job. I got a skills already. I come to this country. What must I do? I have to go and get a certificate and get a job. When you get a job, they say you are a foreigner. You don't have ID. They chase me out.
When you grow, what are you going to do to support yourself? You understand? We haven't taken anybody's job. I'm telling you. If you like, let's leave this place for them. 1,000 years. Nobody can work. Nobody can work.
And I understand why some of these illegal foreigners, they actually have the audacity to insult us, because South Africans have already been insulted, even by the likes of Julius Malema. Now they are spewing the talking points of Julius Malema to say that all of these jobs that South Africans are complaining about, these restaurant jobs, these jobs in the garages, even if these people can leave, South Africans will not occupy these jobs. And it is frustrating because you know, guys, as a South African, you know the desperation that is facing the people of this country. And for them to take the talking points from South African politicians and throwing it into the faces of the people that are paying for everything that they enjoy in this country, it is an insult. It is an insult. It is an insult. Guys, I think it was last week. I'm sorry, man, there's something wrong with my camera. I think it was last week where, I think it was last week, I saw a post. I actually saw a post last week on social media. And this post, I think this thing was happening in Qwaqwa here in the Free State. And apparently, you know that shop, Roots has told people to come and apply. And the lines were massive, guys. Thousands and thousands of people went there to apply for like maybe 10 or 15 jobs. And thousands of people were queuing there to drop their CVs. And that alone should tell you about the desperation that is facing the people of this country. The desperation. The police were recruiting a couple of weeks ago. And I think they were talking about 5,000 people. And they received over 200,000 applications. 5,000 job openings, 200,000. Over 200,000 applications. It tells you about how desperate South Africans are, how bad the situation is on the ground. And then you have these guys that are telling you that even if these illegal immigrants leave these jobs, there is no way that South Africans can actually occupy those positions. And the South African politicians have actually made it okay for these people to insult us as South Africans. They have made it okay.
If you like, let's leave this place for them.
1,000 years.
Nobody can work.
Nobody can work here.
If you don't have a skill, you can't work.
They employ people that got ID but they can't work. You understand? They employ people that got ID book but they can never do nothing in that company.
Right in the city center, you keep unemployed people. So what do you expect them to do? Because they need to eat, they need to sleep, they need to survive, they need better life, you know. So they have to come and sit on those who are working.
Without apprenticeships, they say the South African youth will never develop the necessary skills to open their own shops and will always be dependent on others.
But since we came here, we discovered that parents are not.
Well, thank you for the ANC for destroying the FETs. Thank you guys for destroying the technicons. Thank you so much. Because now young people in this country, they don't even have the skills that these technicons were providing. They don't. They don't. It is the fault of the ANC. Again, it's the fault of the ANC.
Even encouraging the youth to go for skills. You understand? Everybody wants to be rich within overnight. It's not done that way. I'm pleading to the government to bring technical skills to its people. I'm telling you, and that will end this problem in this country.
You know, the white people have been here for a long time during apartheid, and they you know what they did to the blacks. So they've got fear in the white people. You bring your nose.
Guys, even the foreigners are playing the apartheid card on us. Even the foreigners are playing the apartheid card on us to say, no, don't say anything about us. Don't say anything about us. Just focus on white people and what white people have done to this country. Focus on that. Don't say anything about us.
They shoot and kill. They've got lawyers to save them out of this nonsense. So they know that if they go to the white people, they will be killed there and then. They know that we black people, we're not used to killing. So that's why they take advantage of us. And when we kill, we don't have strong lawyers to defend us and come out. You know what I'm saying? They will say, no, this can't happen here. But because the white is here, they are scared of the white. That's all.
When the Nigerians mobilize.
Like, can you just imagine, man? These people are literally trying to pin South Africans against white people in this country. They are trying to pin black South Africans against white South Africans. I mean, like, even the people that come outside of this country, they actually see what is happening and they are taking advantage of that. They are taking advantage of the racial politics that has been the center stage of this country. And they are playing to that. They are playing to that. Yo, I have never felt so insulted as a South African, guys. I don't want to lie. I've never felt so insulted.
Themselves to face these South Africans. What happened? The police rather shooting the rubber bullet to the Nigerians.
They must defend themselves.
They mustn't defend themselves.
Yeah.
That's what happened in Durban. And here as well. And here as well.
This is not the house for city.
Down here.
This was a workshop.
They had hijacked our car. So we trying to stone. They stone. We stone. They stone. So when the police came, they just dispersed us. Papa. Then those guys just ran back in the hostel.
This man is the owner of this garage. Why can't they come here that, please, I have a son who is 15 years or is 14 years. I want to give you this boy. It's like a school. What all that we are doing here, we learn it at school. I have a master that taught me at school in Ghana. So we'll be seeing them all around here with their fathers drinking together. And then at times I used to, please, why can't you give me this boy to train him to become a mechanic? Say,
Maybe this is what the ANC has wanted all along. Maybe this is what the ANC has wanted all along. For black people in this country to eventually be under the illegal foreigners. Because now, the illegal foreigners are telling you that we have opened the businesses and you black people of South Africans, you must bring your children here so that we can train your children so that your children can work for us. Black people have been replaced. Black people have been replaced. And when we say these things, we are xenophobic. When we say that black people have been replaced, we are xenophobic. But it is here, guys. It is here. It is here. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabasa. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.